Hello everyone and welcome into the Coach Dan Morris Show right here courtesy of OhioBobcatsHockey.com. I'm Justin Sampson, joined alongside as always with Coach Dan Morris right up here in the mezzanine at Bird Arena, fresh off another tough practice there. You look like you were really getting involved today, man. You look a little sweaty.
Yeah, a little sweaty, taking a couple face-offs, taking a stick to the groin, and a great day out there today, let me tell you. That's what you get for getting involved.
It looked like you were having a fantastic time.
Yeah.
It sounds like a workload.
Yeah.
I mean,
it'll be sore tomorrow.
I mean, it's Penn State week. I mean, that's kind of the mentality you got to have out there.
Yeah, get excited. You know, I get excited like anybody else and get moving around, and maybe I shouldn't be. I'm not as spry as I used to be, so I'll just stay out of the way and push pucks around next time.
I'm sure there's plenty that would disagree about that, but let's talk a little bit about the game that was last week as you guys took care of Pittsburgh 7-1. Really came out swinging early and often against them and really kind of dug that hole for them and buried them with the offensive output. I mean, is that kind of what you expected to sort of build that big lead from the get-go?
Yeah, I mean, you do and you don't. I mean, you come off a game where you muster one goal and give up 6, so you're looking for any kind of positive you can in that sense. And I think our confidence is still a little rocky right now. I think we're still searching for our identity, and but we did see some bright spots this weekend. Brandon Madden got back in net, and his mechanics were a little bit better. Nice to see him get post a shutout or something, but that wasn't the case. And then still mixing in like defensemen in the lineup. Jake Warner. There's a guy who we're not expecting much ice time at all this year, and he's got 6 games under his belt, and played significant ice time. So I mean that's the name of the game. We're riddled with injuries, and so guys like that have to play.
So how do you think the young guys have stepped up with those injuries? They have obviously, we've said their names quite a few times during the broadcast, so I mean they've really gotten their share of time.
Yeah, they've done a great job. We've tried to simplify our game a little bit, to adjust our game to them, and sometimes the forwards have a difficult transition with that. But for the most part, they're doing a pretty good job.
You talked about those injuries, and obviously Mazzarella was the most recent one to get hit on Friday. Yeah. What's the status on him?
He's had to go up today for an MRI to check out everything. But we lost another guy on Friday, and practice was pretty light today with bodies out there. We had to change some of our drills around, but it's tough. But at least it's early in the year, and you give a chance to these guys to heal up and get them back, for the second half of the year.
So now let's flip over to this week. You're dealing with these injuries. Now you go back on the road for this big road trip, and you start off this weekend with definitely, you could call it a high-octane game, I guess. Yeah. It always is against Penn State. So, I mean, how do you go in there now, keeping the boys level-headed with the injuries that are going on?
Yeah, it's traditionally our biggest rival and our last opportunity to go there. As an ACHA battle. There's a lot. I'd like to have a full arsenal available, but that's not the case, and you hope that a lot of the stuff that the younger guys are learning in game situations are going to benefit them. When we get there, I expect them to have a lot of energy, a lot of skill. We're just going to have to, try to weather some of the storms when they come. And try to keep the game as simple as possible, and kind of keep it on an even keel as far as that goes. And we're gonna have to lean on our veteran players a lot and their maturity and get us through it. And hopefully we can come through with a couple victories.
So, being that this is such a big game and this is one of the final times that you'll be facing each other, I mean, you've been around for quite some time. I mean, do you have your favorite memory against Penn State or anything like that?
Anytime we beat them, I mean, I'm sure you'd ask somebody there too. It'd be their best memory. But from a player to a coach, it's a great rivalry because there's a lot of respect. From the players to the fans to the coaching staff to the rink staff. On both sides. It's a great rivalry. You need you need a great rival to be a good team or a great team, and I think over the years Penn State and Ohio have brought the best out of both programs, and you know, for a stretch there over 10 years, you know, they won 5 national championships, we won 4, and you know, that's, you know, they competed 4 times in the finals against each other, you know, 2-2. I mean, that's what a rivalry. That's how a rivalry is forged, and yeah, it'll be a rivalry that I don't think you can replace. But looking back on it, there's some great memories.
Plenty of history between these two. Be sure to check out OhioBobcatsHockey.com, as we'll keep you updated throughout the weekend as Ohio travels to Penn State to try to take down the Icers once again. But as always, for the coach Dan Morris, I'm Justin Sampson. This has been Ohio Bobcats Hockey.